What up, family? I'm really disturbed by, some of these videos that a lot of our black women are.
First of all, sir, I'm not your sis, but I'm going to go ahead and address the things that you said in a nice and respectful manner so as not to violate our community guidelines. I'm going to respond to each point that you made step by step, and then we'll see if you can understand where I'm coming from. Let's begin.
The question, because I asked the question, well, what do you think is the reason why black women are dying at alarming rates?
Sir, I asked you why you thought that black women were being killed at an alarming rate because I knew you didn't care. The comments that you left, the tone that you typed them in, I could tell that you did not care and that you had a deep-seated hatred for black women. And I always like to ask those questions to get you to reveal what you truly want, which is just to come on underneath black women's posts and abuse them and gaslight them. And as we'll see later on in this video, if you guys keep watching, that's exactly what comes out, the hatred. But let's keep going.
And one young lady decided to ask me a question instead of answering the question. She's going to ask me a question. And when I gave her the answer, and my answer was, well, from a biblical standpoint, I believe that, a lot of our women are out of order. Well, she immediately got defensive and saying that that's not biblical and, that I'm trying to twist, the Bible. The reason why a lot of our black women are dying at alarming rates is because you are out of order.
Sir, that's the biggest twist I've ever seen. Black women are not being killed because they're out of order or they're not adhering to biblical principles. If that's the case, then why aren't black men being killed by black women the same? They're definitely not adhering on any major level to biblical principles. So I really need you to answer that for me.
And we have to focus on every action is a reaction. Black men are not out here just killing black women at alarming rates just because. When you're put in a system and you have black women who are calling the police on black men, jumping in black men's faces, cursing out black men, wanting to put black men on child support and using their children as financial instead of actually being loving, nurturing mothers, that will make anybody snap. Any normal person will snap when they have all these things against them, and it's our black women that are helping to do it. Any normal person will snap. I gotta be honest with you, sis.
First of all, I'm not your sis. Number two, black men aren't killing black women for no reason, and every action has a reaction. So you mean to tell me that you're saying that black women call the police on black men when it's already a noted statistic that black women do not call the police on black men because they are afraid that it may escalate? And so you believe that child support, jumping in black men's faces and cursing them out warrants death? Well, if that's the case, then why don't black women respond in kind when the same thing is done to them? Is that okay? The majority of the murders of black women are domestic in nature. When a woman tries to leave or has left an abusive situation, premeditated situations, or black women that were caught in the middle of something that they had nothing to do with. Do you know a pregnant black woman's first cause of death is homicide by a black man? What's causing that?
I don't put myself in those type of situations because I know how I would react if I had a black woman who would just put me on child support just out of evilness, just so she can secure a check. That would be disturbing to me, and that will have me thinking all kind of horrible thoughts. I'm just gonna flat out tell you like that.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. You're that guy. You're the black man who would harm a black woman. That's why you came on here in your feelings, because it applies to you. You think because you get mad and you have terrible thoughts or a black woman did something that hurt your feelings. Now, you mentioned the terrible thoughts, not me, your words, not mine, that you think that harm to black women is warranted if you're upset. Somebody needs to get this guy on a watch list ASAP because he clearly has issues with black women and he has no problems with using violence to get his point across. He's already said that.
So you as a protected individual, because everything is basically for women, you wouldn't understand what black men go through. See, a lot of you black women help to push the trauma that black men go through. None of you ask black men how our day is, how we're feeling, if we're suffering from emotional problems. None of you care.
Protected? Black women are protected? We're a protected class? Everything's for black women? Are you serious? We don't know the things that black men go through? I would venture to say that we do, since we share the same skin. But let's go with what you're saying, that we don't know what you guys go through. Maybe you have a point. Then I guess that you don't know what black women go through either. Now, do you? And let me say this, sir, I'm married. I ask my black husband how he's feeling regularly. I do care about him, and I care about other black men as well. It's not my fault that no one inquires about your day or your emotional state. You seem very mean, bitter, and miserable if you ask me. Maybe that's the reason why no one inquires about your emotional health. Think about that.
So it's high time that we come together and be unified. And if you can't do that, stay away, sis, because you're useless.
Sir, I can do all of that and more. But you know what? I will respect your wishes. I have no problem at all staying away from you, as long as you stay away from my page. Now, I'm going to address what you said. I'm useless. Boy, oh my goodness. Let me tell you something. You better be glad that this is TikTok, because this was a much classier read than you deserved. Okay? So you know what I'm just going to tell you is have the day that you deserve. Good day.